Well, we are on a rescue mission. We are staying local today, though. It's only, I don't know, about 45 minutes away from me. So kind of local. And we are on our way to pick up this machine. So I have been picking up a little bit less lately. Couple of reasons. I'm currently sitting about 9 projects deep. This one's going to be 10. And because of the fuel prices, normally I would stay in about a 200 to 250 mile radius. But with the fuel prices where they are, I've had to scale that way back down, and I'm more like, let's stay under 100 miles. The closer the better, unless, now if I get a great deal, guys, that I just can't pass up, or I'm able to pick up multiple cabinets, if I can get a trailer full or something, and make it worth the trip, then that's not so bad. But doing that usually requires 2 or 3 stops and making arrangements with 2 or 3 different sailors, and it just takes time. And scheduling it, you can't just drop and go. So we're picking up less. But this one is only about, 40 miles, 50 miles, something like that from the house. Anyways, we are getting a Pac-Man machine. Now somebody has converted it to a 60-in-1, but I do have an original board out of the other Pac-Man that we redid, and that board just needs to be serviced. It's currently got a 96-in-1 chip on it, or mod, and so it needs service. But I don't know if the original wiring harness is still in this cabinet or not. It's going to need control deck addressed. It's got, too damn many holes in it because somebody thought they needed to turn it into a multi-cade. So if we can repair the control deck, that'd be great. If not, I'll have to order a new control deck. They painted the damn thing black. So that'll have to be taken care of. Couple of options there. I can prime it, and I'm not going to take it to bare wood, not after the last one. I can prime it down. I can sand on it a little bit, prime it, sand it, prime it, sand it, paint it, sand it, paint it. Or I could leave it black, get a nice smooth finish on it, and then I could wrap it as a black Pac-Man. Not sure which way I'm going to go with that yet, but the cabinet itself looks pretty good. It'll need a new bezel around the monitor. It does still have a Pac-Man marquee, so that's a plus, I guess. I kind of got to see what I'm getting, but we're only giving a couple $100 for this thing, so we'll have to see what we get. I'm thinking in my head, worst case scenario, vinyl and control deck and repairing that board that I have. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm like between $500 and $600, so call it $550. Yeah, the 200 to it, that's $750, and that's worst case scenario. And I got a really nice Pac-Man. I think that's a good deal. Now, if I can salvage the control deck and just put, new joysticks and joystick and buttons on it, a new overlay, And if I leave the 60-in-1 board in it and just lock it down to Pac-Man, which I can do, and it'll boot straight into Pac-Man, and Pac-Man plays well on that game. You know, now we're just talking vinyl and the bezel, really, and whatever, paint. I mean, it could be as low as a $300 deal. You know, and then I'm out $500 for a nice Pac-Man machine. So, yeah, we're going to get there and see what we got. And we'll be there shortly. Buckle up. So, here's a quick view of today's scenery. Not much to see out here, that's for sure. Got some storms rolling in. It sprinkled on me a little bit when I left the house. Okay, so we do have the wood structure underneath the panel, but it's pretty chewed up, so probably gonna need to replace that control panel. We'll need a new bezel. Looks like we have original wiring, original Molex connectors. Maybe. No, probably not. And looks like the monitor's been changed out. We got a remote board in here. 4600 or G07 wouldn't have had that. Both coin mechs are there. 60-in-1. Looks like we've got a switching power supply installed. Okay. Marquee looks good. Nothing real troubling woodwork wise. Okay. Well, guys, we're loaded up. Nice neighborhood. Really nice neighborhood. That guy's got probably the nicest house on the block. They kind of turn into cookie cutters down here, but like those over there, those are nice houses. The machine is rough, but it's not that bad. It'll clean up. Definitely gonna have to replace the control panel, I guess. I'd hope to be able to repair it, but I don't think that's gonna happen. When they put in all the buttons and joysticks, it looks like they just chewed up the wood frame. Couldn't open it. The back door is actually locked, which is unusual. Usually they're, you know, drilled out and then just screwed on, which is what I'll do to it. But yeah, I'm curious what the monitor in there is. Because it's got a remote board, and that would not have been on a G07 or a 4600, which would have been in that originally. I didn't even plug it in, to be honest with you guys. I talked to the guy a little bit. I was friendly. You know, you start plugging things in and making things work or whatever, the price has a tendency to change and not in your favor. For $200, it's worth it, you know, even no matter what's broke on it, really. I can fix it for, you know, not much. The monitor, if it needs a cap kit, you know, that's $150, and it probably does. If I wanted to, I could go LCD on it, and I've got a whole stack of those things. I bought a whole bunch of them on eBay, so yeah, not too worried about that. But yeah, no, I'm happy. The cabinet itself is actually really solid and in good shape. Needs cleaned out, and unfortunately, like I said, I got 9 or 10 things on the project list at the moment, so this one's going to go into storage, and I'll pick up the parts as I order other stuff, you know, so I can save a little bit on shipping later. Yeah, not a bad score. We're headed off to the storage land. Well, look at that. What do we got? 16.9 miles per gallon on average. And that's actually really good for this truck. Normally it's much lower. But we're on pretty flat ground today. There's, you know, even though it's rainy out, there's really no wind or anything dragging us down. So, yeah, the fuel prices are just killing the rescue operation. And what really stinks is in my area, it's, you know, it's pretty difficult. You got to really get on those right away when they come up, because there's a few other guys out there grabbing them, and the competition's pretty fierce. You know, I know a couple other collectors, and then there's a reseller in well, he's about an hour north, I guess, of where I'm at, but he grabs them all the time, and it's just it's a challenge. So yeah, the rescue operation has definitely slowed down a little bit, but I think the fuel prices are going to come down. Where are we at today? Looks like it says 404 on there, guys. But yeah, I think the fuel's getting ready to come down. I think we're getting close to a deal with this Iran situation. I'm not going to get into politics here, but I think it's coming to an end, hopefully soon, and we can get back after it. Yeah. Okay, well, we didn't wind up in storage. Instead, we brought it home. A couple of reasons, but mostly because I missed my exit. After unloading it right away, I can tell that we are missing a piece. There should be a bar that goes along the top. It's kind of like L-shaped, or has a 90-degree angle in it, kind of like this one here. That sits up in, and it keeps that from sliding forward like it has. But that is not the end of the world. She's dirty, but the monitor is actually pretty clean. Like I said, somebody's changed out the monitor. It's not going to be 100% correct, and I'm okay with that, because I'm not going to do it 100% correct. We'll get rid of that stupid. Security lock on the front, and we'll fill that hole. We're going to do T-molding. I've already got T-molding. We'll have to take off those corners, but I like the corners, guys, so they'll be going back on. Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't bought, like, you know, a couple hundred of them just to put them on games yet. Yeah, we're gonna probably order a new Here, let's unlatch this and take a look and see how bad it really is. Well, it's that bad. Yeah, we're going to order a new deck because they've actually cut everything out of it. But on the bright side, we got lots of micro switches, it looks like. There's actually joysticks in here. They just pulled them out. I don't know what they were doing. You know, we'll salvage those buttons. They're probably just fine. And we can, well, maybe not that one. That's got no click to it at all. You know, maybe we can use these buttons or these micro switches on something non-essential at some point or something. But yeah, we'll order a whole new deck. That kind of is a stinker. We'll have to open it up from the back and get all the junk out of it. I see, like, looks like a spray can of something down there. Just vacuum it all out. I think we're going to leave the 60-in-1 in it, lock it down to just Pac-Man. I'm really torn on it. I'm really thinking about making it a black Pac-Man. You guys have seen those. I don't know. I've got the yellow one that I just finished doing. I need to close that door before it rains in on my machines. Yeah, it'll be an easy fix up. I'm not going to put a whole lot into it, guys. We'll put some art on it. We'll put a deck and some new controls on it. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm going to do the bezel inside. If I don't do that, if I just clean this thing up and use it, that saves like 80 bucks or something like that. And it'll still be a nice machine. I don't know. The sides are actually really nice. They don't need any kind of paint or anything. Well, I don't know. There's something going on here. There's definitely, I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a split going on all the way down. I'm wondering, I'll have to look at it a little closer. I'm wondering if somebody hasn't put a laminate, because this is not vinyl, a laminate over that and maybe ran out, or this side's the same way. You can see it better over here. But, you know, I could fill that and we could do vinyl over it. But yeah, somebody is, well, and it's chipped pretty good too along the back end. Somebody has put a laminate on this. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I'll probably just cover that up, bondo it all the way down, sand it down smooth, 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 smooth. And then just bondo it. And honestly, guys, it's so smooth, I don't even know if I want to put paint on, because the vinyl is going to stick to it just beautifully. You know, I mean, with this Pac-Man, we painted it yellow underneath. That way, if the vinyl should ever rip or tear, and you know it will eventually, it's still going to be yellow. But if I go with the black Pac-Man, that won't be an issue. I don't know. I'm going to have to give it some thought. We've got enough going on right now that it's definitely going to be a later project. But yeah, maybe we'll do some custom Pac-Man art to it. They put on the leather T-molding. I was going to put orange on it, but if I do black Pac-Man, I probably would do red, or even just stay with this T-molding. It looks like it's in good shape. But I mean, that's, you know, that's like $15 worth of T-molding, guys. That is not the end of the world. So, well, and then in other news, I bought these monitors and thought I could salvage the 4600s off of them. One of them was supposed to be good and working, and I was going to use it in the Russian attack. Well, I'm not going to be doing that. One tube had a broken neck. You can't fix a broken neck. Then the one that was supposed to be working, which is this one here in the middle, it looks like the width coil is busted to bits on it, and I don't want to bother putting it in just to take it back out. So I'm thinking we're probably going to wind up with LCD and Russian attack. Fun fact, I finally figured out what this cabinet was originally. It was a Wizard of War. So I'm thinking that will probably be my next project. I can get that busted out pretty quick. I think, well, a couple of weekends I can get it done. Either that one, or I'm going to go after this House of the Dead. Tell me what you think in the comments, guys. Which one should I do next? And what do you think of the Pac-Man? What should I do with it? Did I get a good deal? Is it a good score? What's your opinions? Let's check out the counter. Counter is really low, 24,611, guys. That's really low for a Pac-Man. Let's see if we can make out the number on the back here. It's too dark for me. Well, I'm not sure. It looks like it's 10,316. That sounds really low. But I guess possibly. Well, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekends, and play until your fingers bleed.